I guess something that's scary. That's not scary, but like creepy to me. What is that? So I have this phobia. What is it called? It's the the
Trip, trip,
trip
the holes.
the holes.
Hmm.
That oh my god, it is so creepy to me. It's not scary. There's nothing wrong. It's not scary.
It's
It just
uncomfortable, I think.
it makes me feel weird. It
Yeah.
makes me just feel like what's going on in my life right now that I'm actually looking at this stuff. That's creepy.
All right. What's happening?
Oh, nothing. Just relaxing. Life is good.
You look like you're more bundled up today.
Oh, it was a little chilly out, but it's not. It's put my DJ Tanner.
DJ.
Hey, my DJ Tanner on.
DJ Tanner.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
that's like the Full House Tanner,
Yeah,
correct?
yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
DJ Tanner. What's my other girl? I got a couple shirts. Kelly Kapowski, Lisa Turtle.
Mhm.
Those my girls. Winnie Cooper. That's what I need. I need a Winnie Cooper shirt.
Winnie Cooper.
Winnie Cooper. Yeah, that was what was that? What the Wonder Years?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
was.
that was a show back then. That was the show for real. Seriously.
Uh,
All right, I
What's
see
your
you got
hat
your
today?
huh?
What's your hat today?
Go Dodgers. Go
It's not a
Dodgers.
Dodgers hat.
Oh man, I was so happy when they won. Oh man, that was so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got done in the game before though. It was what like 11, 12 to 4 or 6 or something. That was horrible.
That was a big lead.
Yeah, that was horrible. I was like, "Oh my goodness." Listen, just relax. Don't think about coming back this game. Just you know, recoup, chill out and recoup.
Yeah, it's
'Cause
one of those that like I'm happy Dodgers won.
yeah,
I just really wanted the series to keep going.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I wanted another game. I wanted them to lose the last one so that we can have
Blasphemy.
another, but win
Blasphemy.
in the end, you know?
Okay. All right. You didn't want just like bam, 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 right?
Yeah, it's a 7 game series. Let's at least get to number 6, you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, yeah, yeah. No, I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But that was good. I didn't watch all the games. I didn't. I think I watched all the games, but not all the way through.
Mm,
Yeah,
mhm.
like so, like game one, two, three. Game four. I think I caught like halfway, and then game five. I think that's the one I was like, all right, I gotta see what's going on with this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, but other than that, everything's good. I see you got your Batwoman shirt on.
Batwoman. Yes, my last chance to wear my Halloween sweater, you
Oh,
know.
okay. Word up. What'd you do for Halloween?
I didn't really do much. Just passed out some candy,
Yeah.
hung out,
Okay.
and
Nice.
literally nothing, honestly. What did you do?
Yeah. They had a trunk or was it trunk or treat? Had
Mm-hmm.
a trunk or treat thing like on the 20 man. I don't oh man, I changed my calendar. When was Halloween? On Thursday or Wednesday?
Yeah, Thursday.
Thursday. So on like Tuesday or Wednesday, they had like a trunk or treat thing up here at the top. So
Mm-hmm.
people there, yeah.
That's cool.
Oh
I mean,
yeah.
I assume that because you live in a pretty brand new area, that it would be a lot of families in general.
Yeah, 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 yeah. There's a
Right.
lot of
There's
people,
probably a
but
lot of
it's a
kids.
lot of I think it's a lot of older people as well. But there's a like I
Mm,
see the little kids like running across and everything. So
yeah, that's
yeah, good,
interesting.
good little mix. Yep.
Yeah.
So
Well, I guess I guess as an intro, thanks for everybody
let's
for joining
go.
in. We are
All
at
right,
Sip Chat
season
Podcast.
two,
Season
season
2
two,
still has not
episode
changed.
episode horror. Okay, since I forgot
Horror.
the number,
Yes.
horror. Yeah.
Horror. I'm Brittany. We have Shon here with us.
Yes, as always,
As always, yes, we are talking horror today, which, as we have just seen in the past couple episodes, right, that horror is definitely more of a you category than a
yes,
me category.
absolutely. I love it.
I
All right, so let's start
I
off with
am
you.
not I'm not the biggest horror fan.
Okay,
So
so when it comes to horror, right, we're really when it with you, it's not like you're not watching these, really horror films, right? So what's the most horror or scary or drama type suspense movie or show that you've seen?
I don't I don't even know how to rank this category here,
Yeah.
but I mean, we've talked about horror before, right? Like that horror is such a weird genre
Hmm.
sometimes that it's like some things are classified as horror, but like, is it
Yeah.
horror? I don't
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like, let's see, things that I have seen, like when I was younger, right? I watched The Ring,
Okay. Yep.
scary, hated it.
Okay.
Paranormal Activity, absolutely
Okay.
hated it.
Got it. Got it. Now, now we're moving. Okay.
I've been to Not Scary Farm, least
Okay.
favorite thing to do.
Okay. Yes. Everybody likes that. Yeah. Okay.
um, Yeah, I just remember being in some of those mazes and being like, how do I get out of here right
Yeah.
now? What do I have to do to go through this wall and leave this
Yeah.
maze? Um, I don't know. And then like when we get into horror, right? Like I think we talked about Fargo a little bit. Like I watched Fargo. It's
Yes.
classified as either horror or thriller. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I think it's like
Um,
a thriller or something.
so things like Fargo, I'm more okay with because
Yeah.
it's violent, but I wasn't like afraid.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's not anything trying to like scare you every, 3 minutes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I think what I don't like is the things that like can come out of the dark.
Yeah. I feel you.
The things that when I close my eyes to go to bed, they're gonna pop up and scare me.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
not
yeah,
afraid
yeah.
of Fargo coming through my window because
Exactly.
I'm not in the gangs that they're in and I'm not
Yeah.
really worried about it, you know?
Got it. Got it.
But
Got
when
it.
it's like Slender Man, he
Okay.
can climb through my window at any point in time.
Oh my God.
I'm
True.
afraid.
True. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. So that's where you kind of stop. So you're not out saying, "Hey, let me go see, Nightmare on Elm Street." Right.
Yeah, not really. I have seen Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I
You
feel
know.
like I feel like that's one of those two that like 60s, 70s horror,
Yeah.
not that scary.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, true. True, true,
You
true.
know, I know when when the fake blood is shooting out at you, right? It's
Exactly.
like a
Exactly.
slasher, right? Like I'm not really afraid of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, good, good, good. All right, okay, that's good. So, has there been any? Okay, since we're going with horror, right? Also, we're going to bring ghosts into that. Also,
Yeah,
so have you?
yeah.
So have you ever had any like weird ghost spirit type eerie things that have either happen? I see you kind of. Have you had anything kind of happen to you, or like a friend told you, or a family member told you, or anything like that?
Mm. Um, No, like I mean, I've definitely had people tell me like, "Oh yeah, like this happened. You
Okay.
know, there was nobody home, and I heard all of these noises. Whatever."
Yeah,
Like
yeah, yeah.
I've never experienced anything like that.
Okay.
No,
Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay.
no.
Okay. Cool. Cool. Cool.
Thank God, because I'd have to move.
Yeah. 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 Like going up to the that little scary castle in Paris. Everybody, kind of went up there. I was like, "There's a witch that lives up there."
Hmm.
Seen anything
Yeah,
like?
actually, I guess okay. The one experience that I have had with weirdness
Yeah.
that is that there's this house in I don't know, what is it, like Redlands, Ukaipa, or
Okay.
something like that, that we in high school we always knew about, and it was called the Watchers
Okay.
House. And it was this super creepy house that like I don't know, it had all the windows covered with like newspaper
Okay.
or like foil or something. And like
Mm.
if you went and stopped your car in front of this house, they would come out and chase you.
Really?
And like we would like screech away.
Like the people in the house would come
Yeah,
out?
they would come out and be like, get out from in front of my house," and then
Yeah.
come and like chase you with something in their hand. So I don't know what would happen if they caught up to you,
Yeah.
because we never let that happen.
Okay.
But like that was definitely one of those things that we did that like definitely got our blood pumping.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right.
So
But why?
that, yes. So that was a weird experience, but like
Yeah.
we knew that was going to happen. We went specifically there to be
Yeah.
chased by these people outside of their house.
Of course. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. That's okay. Pretty interesting.
So, what about you? Anything paranormal?
Paranormal. I think the only thing that happened was, and I remember this vividly. So this was when I was younger. When let me see, when Grandma lived in those trailer homes, and it was me, and
I don't think I even remember that.
okay, so
I only remember Grandma's house that
okay,
I know and love.
okay. So let me see. So it was by, when you go by, I think it's Bob. I don't know if it's Bob Glass Field, because I know Bob Glass has like a gym, but there's
Yeah.
a field on the side where we used to play baseball at, and then there's like a Shell station like right across from it, and then you go and there's like a stop sign, and then you go up the stop sign and across there's like a little Denny's, right? So once
Okay.
you get to that stop sign, if you go right, that's where like the trailer homes were. So her house, when you go inside, you open the door. It was the kitchen to the right, the living room in front of you. To the left, it was like a bedroom, a big closet, a bathroom, and then her room at the end. So we're watching TV. It had to be on a Friday or Saturday. It couldn't have been on Sunday because I think I had to go to school or something. So it had to be Friday or Saturday. And me and Debs was watching TV. I remember this. We were watching TV. I don't know what we were watching. Grandma was in her room, sleeping or reading or something, right? So we're about to go to sleep, go into bed, and her hallway's long. There was a little glowing baby in a like a car seat,
No.
right? That scared us so bad. So instead of saying like going the other way, like towards the kitchen, we like was screaming like ah, and we ran towards the baby because it was right in front of the door. So we ran towards the baby, jumped over the baby, hopped in the bed, and well, I was like, Grandma, there's a little baby ghost there. And Deborah's like, oh my God, there's a baby ghost right there. And Grandma said, leave that ghost alone. That baby's been here longer than you've been alive. And I, what did you just say? So she had to see it already. And I was like, put my head over the cover, and I was like, oh man, I'm leaving this place. I'm not coming
Oh my
back home.
gosh.
There's little ghost babies in here, and Grandma's not even. She just like, whatever. Oof. That was that was a long time ago, and I still remember it. I was like, wow, super super spooky. Wasn't really scary, but it was super spooky because I was like,
Mhm.
D- DC, and we're like this, and then we just start screaming because I'm like, I know if I see it, hopefully Deb see it too, because I don't want to be the only person that sees this ghost.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, I think that was the first time I ever saw any kind of like ghost or anything.
Hmm. Yeah.
I think it's really the only time I haven't really heard anything or had any noise downstairs or somewhere. If I have, it's probably been in a situation where it's like I'll hear something crash under the cabinets or something, and I'm like,
Hmm.
I'm a logical thinker, so I'm like, oh, I probably didn't put that stand up or that stool up, and it just fell over, or
Yeah.
like something fell over, something like
Right.
that. So it's nothing like if something happens, I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to cleanse this house. Nothing, nothing like that. So
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that was the first thing.
If I hear noise in the dark, I'm like, if I don't go out there, it can't be me.
Yeah. No, I think that's the only time. But I'm not scared of the dark or anything, nothing like that. So I
Hmm.
think I think I'll be good. I've heard some stories though. Well, here let me tell you some of my favorite scary movies first. Not in any particular order. All right.
Hmm.
Nightmare on Elm Street, all of them.
Sure.
Okay. The Conjuring.
Yep. Nope.
Okay, The Conjuring was a pretty decent movie. Okay, The Conjuring.
Hmm.
The First Exorcist, right? With
Only the first one.
the yes, because the other ones after are like they're not really like that good. All right.
Hmm.
First Exorcist with I think her name is Linda Blair. So I remember I watched that movie. I was so scared. I was like, "Oh my goodness, this is really happening. This is like such a scary movie." So then I remember let me see, this had to be in 20. So I gotta know. Right? So let's say in 20. Yeah, let's say in 2020. I mean, let's say 2000, right?
Okay.
So in 2000, I bought the movie again. I watched it. I like watching like scary stuff like at night, right? I really like watching at night. And I was in my barracks, right? I had a roommate. I'm not gonna know his name is, his roommate. His name is. It kind of sounds like. Yeah, it's like something like that. His name. Don't worry about his name. Here's the thing. Don't worry about that. Here's the thing. So I watched the movie. He wasn't there, right? So my bed was on this side, and then we had our big lockers here, and the refrigerator was right here. So I can see the refrigerator, and I can see the bathroom, and then the door was on the other side. So I took the movie, right? Like let's say this is the movie. I took the movie, and I put it on the refrigerator, so I can see it. So when I under the cover, right? And I can like peek out and make sure it didn't move. And I'll look and then I'll just go back under the cover, right? I did that like all night. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
goodness. I just want to make sure this is not really something crazy happening right now.
That's
So,
funny. There's a a storyline in the show Friends
mhm.
where Joey really likes to reread the book The Shining,
Okay.
and it's scary, obviously,
Yeah.
but he's read it like 5 times. He's like,
Yeah.
this is the book that I just like to read over and over.
Yeah.
But when it gets really scary, he puts the
Uh-huh.
book in the freezer. And she's like, so the book can't get you if it's in the freezer.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I don't even remember that. I don't even remember. Oh my goodness. That's funny. Yeah. Same thing. I just want to see it. I just want to make sure.
Make sure you have eyes on
Just make
it.
sure I want to make sure it didn't move. And
Yeah.
I think really the only thing else is like I think this is just something that I like doing.
Hmm.
I like my doors closed when I'm going to not the main door, but like the closet door, the bathroom door, the
Sure.
other door. I like them closed when I'm sleeping.
Hmm.
I think that's just not like, oh my goodness, my clothes are going to come out and come get me, right? I just want to
No,
kind of
but
make sure.
how is Boogeyman gonna get out of the closet if it's closed?
Listen, without me hearing him, he can't get out, right? I don't oil any of my doors. I want to make sure I hear him open. Okay, I want to make sure if somebody's coming in.
Yeah. What
And
about the movie Sleepy Hollow?
it was good. It wasn't scary.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
like
yeah.
a slasher, I think, too, right? Because it's
Hmm.
extra like gory.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Tim
yeah.
Burton.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Pretty good. Oh, I liked it. I liked it. Um,
Why do you think that, like, I don't know, why do you think people in general, whether you or anybody, is so attracted to horror? Why is it such a big genre?
um, I think probably adrenaline,
Sure.
maybe because that's what really happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that endorphins and adrenaline get you going, and you're like, oh man, I can't wait to see how scary this movie is, right?
Yeah.
Let's go watch that 10 o'clock at night. Um, I I think so. I think that's probably the main reason, I guess.
Yeah. Just
Right?
like the way that the body reacts to
Yeah.
being scared.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I think so. I think so.
What do you
Pro-
do?
Probably so.
Do you think that I don't know. What am I asking? Like, do you have a difference for you in, like, do you think a scary book is different than a scary movie or a scary poem, or like
Um,
different kinds of scary?
I don't think it's as scary, and this is the reason why. Right? So when I'm reading a book, I'm using my eyes and I'm using my mind to, to think. Right? So
Mhm.
that's only two, avenues, mediums that I'm using.
Sure.
But when I'm watching a movie, right now, I'm using my eyes, I'm using my ears. I'm kind of, my body's like, okay, what's going on? Then you start seeing stuff, right? Like on the side of you, you start hit. What's that over there, right? Um,
Yeah.
and then when there's other people in there with you too,
Hmm.
I just think it's more gripping. I kind of feel like I'm getting more information when I'm watching a movie.
Sure.
Yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I have a great imagination, right? But there's other things that I still want to see. I still want to. But
But
I think
yeah.
there are scary books because most of everything was books first or written first. So,
Hmm.
yep.
Yeah, I mean, I think that, like, I kind of feel the opposite. Like, sometimes, like, I feel like our imaginations
Hmm.
can be scarier than what
Yeah.
somebody is actually putting in front of us, because I mean, we're scared of our minds all the time as people, right? We're
True.
making up things in our heads all the time. So I feel like
True.
our minds can sometimes take what it's reading and create this scarier monster than they can
Yeah.
put in front of us on the screen.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. I don't know. That's hard though. I do think that, there's, I don't know, the horror writers that are out there, right? We have
Yeah.
Mary Shelley, we have Edgar Allan Poe, right? Like
Yeah.
people that are like, I don't know, there's really eerie kind of people.
Yeah.
Very interesting, like Tim Burton, like his
Yeah.
mind is like really weird and really scary sometimes. Stephen King is
Yes.
one of them too, that it's like, how do you write these things?
Yeah.
Why is it so scary? What happens in your mind? you know like
Seriously, seriously, it's a lot. It's just I don't know. It's a lot, and sometimes I think like when I'm reading, right? It's like okay, say you're just reading anything, they have to explain. All right, here's some scary
Mhm.
on this side. Here's a eerie
Yeah,
forest here, right? And I get it. I got a great imagination, but I feel when I'm seeing it, I'm like, oh wow, this looks very, very real, right?
yeah,
Or at the same time, I can say like, this doesn't look that scary. They could have did it a little scarier, right?
sure.
Something that I think that's kind of I don't know if I want to say scary, but I think that's really creepy
Hmm.
is like people that have like long fingers or like any kind of like monsters that have long thin fingers. I always think that's so much creepier. Not scary.
Yeah.
I just think it's very,
Creepier.
very creepy. Yeah, I think it's
Yeah.
really creepy. I'm like, ugh.
The film that I have not seen, that
Yeah.
I've heard that people always think is pretty scary, is the Nosferatu, the like
Hmm.
vampire one.
Which
No,
one? Oh no, I haven't ever. What is it called?
Nosferatu.
No, I don't think I've ever heard of it.
Let's see. Yeah, I always say it's like a really old movie, like
Oh,
the 20s or the
oh,
30s.
that 1922. Mm,
He's like a Dracula.
yeah,
But people say it's really scary. I don't know.
I might have to
I haven't
check.
checked
It's a
it out.
silent German expressionist vampire film.
Yeah,
Okay, I
yeah.
might, I might check
I
it out.
haven't.
We'll see.
I
I
haven't
like.
seen
I
that
just.
one.
It just puts me. So, so here's the thing. So remember we talked about already. Like I used to go to the movies all the time by myself, right?
Hmm.
Love going to movies by myself. So I did it a lot, a lot, a lot. I'm just seeing like funny movies, comedies, rom coms, horror, seeing all of these different types of movies. And I feel that I'm not horror films are not really scary to me because I've seen so many.
Hmm.
Most of them, I can kind of guess what's going to happen. I kind of
Hmm.
know when something's going to kind of hop out, right?
Sure.
And I don't think that loud noise or the sound being loud, that's not frightening. That's not scary. That's just loud noise, right?
Hmm.
All those jump scares, they're just not scary. It's like, all right, so this has been being done for you know 79 years. Like
Yeah.
do something else that's kind of like better, maybe gruesome, maybe just creepy. That's like super creepy, maybe.
Sure.
Then I can see, but like the jump scares are like they're just annoying. The loud noise, somebody screaming, somebody getting like hit by a car, and it's just loud noise. I'm kind of like, all right, we kind of knew something's gonna happen. It's too quiet
Yeah.
for a certain amount of time. Something's gonna hop
Yeah,
out.
and I think the biggest reason I don't like horror stuff is that creepiness. Like,
Yeah.
I don't like the creepiness, like that
Mm.
movie Smile. It creeps me out.
I just I just watched that again
It
last
creeps,
night.
it creeps me out so much that
I'm,
I'm like,
waiting.
I don't want to see it.
Oh, I'm waiting for Smile too. Oh,
I,
it's I
and scary movies that have creepy children in them, like,
yeah
no, thank you.
yeah. That is kind of wild too. Seriously.
Why are children so scary?
I
Like,
think yeah, children are super scary and like old people that move slow. They kind of creep me out.
yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
I kind of think what's an interesting aspect too is that like California. I live in California. California is not a scary movie kind of place, in
Yeah.
my opinion. Right? Like you're
Yeah.
never gonna watch a scary movie and it takes place in California. Like it's not a creepy
It's
place.
going it's going to be in
It's
Texas
gonna
or
be
like
in Boston, where all the ghosts are at. It's gonna be in Montana,
yeah,
where the
yeah,
Chainsaw
exactly.
Massacre guy is.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's not
yeah.
at the beach.
He's out there getting a tan, right?
Yeah, or it's like overseas. It's in Scotland, where all the castles are at, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
it's
That just
also that aspect too. That it's like I haven't had any paranormal
yeah.
experiences because I don't live by a haunted woods.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Right. And plus, guess what? So just so you know, I'll never live by haunted woods.
Right?
Surprise! Right? When they say, "Oh, you want to get this house?" Oh, let me see. Let me do some research on the house.
Yeah.
Oh, 19 people got
Right.
murdered in that house.
Yeah.
Let's take it to the next. Let's
Right.
take it to the next county.
And California also doesn't have basements.
Yeah.
Basements
Oh,
exist in horror films.
yeah. True. 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 Ah, man. And something I think that's super to me. Um, I always feel like when I see a basement or go into like a basement or there's like, hey, you want to look at this house and there's a basement and it's not finished,
Creepy.
I immediately feel like will be the perfect place to get murdered and then to get robbed,
And
right?
then get robbed. Yeah.
Yeah, in that order, okay. And so it's just like, I'm good. I'm super good. I just don't like it.
We're good.
Put some carpet in this
Yeah.
damn place. Put some drywall up or something.
Yeah. I mean, the most recent quote unquote ghost story that I have
Yeah.
heard was about Griffith Park in like
Okay.
LA area, right?
Yeah.
Um, and apparently there's so many things that are haunted inside of Griffith Park.
Okay.
Okay, apparently there's an old zoo that closed in the 60s
Okay.
that still has all of the like cages and stuff there that you can like walk around if you want to.
Okay.
That exists, or like there's a haunted picnic bench
Really?
that like this couple that were basically hooking up on top of this picnic table in
Hmm.
like I want to say the 70s maybe.
Yeah.
A tree branch fell on them and killed them. And then when people have tried to move the tree branch since then, things have happened to them.
So the
Like
tree branch is still there?
the tree branch is still there, and like park rangers have like moved it, and like one of
Come
them
on.
had a heart attack trying to
Come
move
on.
it, and like all of these different things.
Come on.
So I don't know. So there's things like that exist that people talk
Yeah.
about, and they say I want to go visit the haunted park bench, and like I
Yeah.
want to do this inside of Griffith Park, and I'm staying far away from anything like that,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. I
that
feel you.
exists.
Okay. Okay. So something was just told to me. Okay.
Uh-huh.
I was I was talking to one of my friends, and this is what this person told me. All right. They have a house. All
Mm-hmm.
right. The house is not in California. All right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on a lake, and things have been going on to them for a while. And
Mm-hmm.
this person is like,
Like they live in the house
yeah,
all the
it's their
time.
house. It's
Okay.
they live in a house. And they said, well, you know what? This has been happening, but I really haven't said. Well, as a matter of fact, this was the conversation. Hey, what's going on, PC? Hey, what's going on? How you doing? Oh, whole lot of crazy stuff going on. I'm like, well, life is good over here. Like, what's crazy going on in your house? Are you like renovating or something? And they're like, nah, but there's like ghosts and stuff in here. And I'm like, excuse me? Like, pardon me? Like, yeah, there's kind of like ghosts. I haven't really said anything because I didn't want people to think I'm like wild or crazy or anything. And I'm like, no, nobody would think anything like that.
Oh, okay.
So then they're like, yeah, like it's just been like years where I've been getting like this. I don't know if you know what it's, if I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but I'll like sit in my bed and I'll like be sleeping and I'll kind of feel like it's like some demon like pulling on my leg and like pulling me down. And I'll say like,
No.
"Oh, Jesus," and then it's done. It stopped. And I'm like, "Oh, you're talking about like sleep paralysis?" And they're like, "Yeah, yeah, 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 like that." Like I didn't know, but I just didn't want to say anything. But like it's been happening, and I'm like, "Well, man, like, like pray, clean your house, get your house cleansed, or do something. Have some people come over and pray or something." And then they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah," but it's happened like a few times. Like I've been sleep or trying to get to sleep, and then something will like grab on my leg, grab on my arm, pull me down, and I'm like, "Oh, Jesus, help!" Stops, and I'm like, "And you haven't told anybody about this?" No, no, no. I didn't want people to think I'm crazy. I'm like, sleep paralysis happens to millions of people. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's nothing that's like nobody's gonna think that you're crazy. So they're like, yeah, okay, I got it. But my mother and my sister came over, and they uh, slept in the basement. Everything was cool. I slept up top, and
First of all, you'll never find me sleeping in a basement. Anyway.
no, basements are not. Some basements are not creepy, right? And I've never been to this house, but I imagine that the basement is fully finished, right?
Sure. Yeah, of course.
So because they're like, yeah, 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 like my mom, and my sister was sleeping in the basement, and my mom plays like like church music, gospel music all the time. Nothing new. I'm like, cool. So then I'm told, yo, my mom and my sister are sprinting up the stairs. I hear them sprinting up the stairs screaming, oh my God, I have to get out of here. I have to get out of here. Like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I was playing my music and something said, turn it off, turn it off. And they just took off, ran up the stairs. And they're like, wait a minute, what do you mean? So I guess the sister was like, I heard it as clear as I'm talking to you. Something kind of growled and said, turn it off, turn it off. We have to get out of this house. I'm staying up here with you tonight. Something's going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, myself, okay. You will never hear me say, hey, this has been going on for 5 years. I haven't told anybody. You'll hear something like this. Wow, something happened last night. Don't worry about it. The house is on the market already. But that's just me. So,
Uh-huh.
one other thing was, so I guess, so my friend went to a different state to do some other just vacation or something, right? Then a friend stayed with the dogs, right? All right, hey, stay with my dogs real quick. Cool, no problem. I'll stay with the dogs. So the friend's in the shower, and she hears boom boom like doors slamming, right? So I guess the friend comes off the shower like looking around, and all the doors are open. It's like, okay, that's strange. Okay, whatever. I'm gonna get back in the shower, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gets back in the shower. Boom, boom, boom. Here's door slamming again. Steps out of the shower, starts looking around, and like there's like a uh sliding glass door,
Yeah.
and you
Like
know how you can
like
like
a glass door for the shower.
glass door for the outside.
Oh, going to the outside.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes, yeah, yes. So going to the backyard,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess when the friend steps out of the shower, you know how you can blow your breath on a window, and she saw high in like a breath,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't get finished taking a shower. She got the dogs and, hey, I'm about to leave. Something's freaky's going on in here. Something's a wild going on here. I can't be
Uh-huh.
here.
Yeah.
Burnt out. Listen, I don't care how long I stayed in that house. I'm myself. I'm getting up out of there. But that's just me, right? I think that time my friend was telling me, I was like, oh my goodness. I was getting goosebumps and stuff. I was like, nah, this can't be real life. Like,
Yeah.
I do
No.
that. Oof.
No, thank
Whew.
you. Yes, I would. No, I would immediately leave anywhere.
Yeah,
That is
yeah, yeah.
super creepy like
Yeah,
that.
that's
Something that has no explanation. Mm-mm.
right.
Can't do it.
Right.
We need to figure out what door was slamming and where.
Ex- ex-
Right?
and then so my friend was like, all right, let me see. Pulled up the cameras and don't see anything in the backyard, anything in it, but sees the breath blow on the window and hi being written in there. Listen,
Mm,
I'm out. I don't care about nothing else. I'm leaving, and that's just me.
there, I was just
There's
watching. No way, yeah. I was
yeah,
just watching a Jimmy Kimmel like little short thing that
yeah.
like basically like you know how like parents will take their kids to go see Santa,
Hmm.
whatever. They did like a joke one that it was like Halloween, like they brought their kids. Jimmy Kimmel invited them to bring
Hmm.
their kids to see Freddy Krueger.
Oh my goodness.
And he
Okay.
was like, surprisingly, we had parents that said sure. And so they brought their kids to take a picture with Freddy Krueger.
Yeah.
Freddy Krueger. And that we probably saw like 5 of them, and like the four of them all like went in, were like afraid,
Okay.
but like still took the photo. One of them actually hugged Freddy Krueger, a
Oh,
really
wow.
sweet little girl that was like, this is fine.
Yeah.
But the last one, she went in, Freddy Krueger came out, she vocally said nope and walked out the door.
Yeah, I don't
So
that life,
yeah,
right?
I see Freddy Krueger coming out. No,
Yeah.
goodbye. See you
Yeah.
later.
Oh man, I don't know why. I don't know why their parents was like, all right, cool.
Yeah, sure, we can do that. Why not? So
Oh, some people.
I am always curious too about speaking of kids being creepy, right? Is that like kids that are in horror films,
Hmm.
right? Like, do they have an understanding of what's going on? Do they watch themselves back in this horror film? Right? Like,
I
I don't
don't.
understand the concept of kids being in horror films.
Yeah, I don't. I think it's so pieced together.
Right.
I think that's the like
Here,
that
just hold
that's
this knife, run down the hall.
right. And then the next day they're shooting where they're at, a park or something, playing or something, right?
Yeah.
It's just, it's not.
It's so strange.
Yeah, it's not pieced together like from start to finish, right?
Hmm.
I think that helps maybe, but when
Yeah.
it's like when there's like makeup and you're running and things like that, I don't know. I don't know. But a lot of people, like a lot of people say, like I don't like to kind of like watch my own movies, or I don't, I don't.
Yeah,
I
right.
get it.
Kids are like, I'm a movie star. I need to
Yeah,
watch myself, you
yeah,
know?
yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I just like okay, so like me, right? I can talk, but I'll tell you this: I cannot stand the sound of my voice.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'll go to, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, right? I go to all those and I'll like listen and I'm like, who is this guy? This dude pisses me off. And it's me. And I'm like, oh, God, my voice it sounds
Oh my
so bad. It
gosh.
sounds
You're so
horrible. And then
ridiculous.
sometimes I just feel like ripping my freaking. Oh my goodness! I don't like how I sound. It just sounds so
So
weird.
so you would not watch your horror movie back, is what you're
Oh Lord, I don't like how I don't know. And as a matter of fact, I was talking to Dad a while ago, and he said the same thing. He was like, "Yeah, I was listening to the podcast, and when I was talking, I was like, ugh, whose voice is that? But he said, I sound like he hears, and you sound like he hears. And that's what the same thing I told him. I said, Britt sounds just like Britt. You sound just like you. But
Hmm.
when I hear me, bro, I just want to rip my vocal cords off. I just need to put headphones on every time I see my mouth move.
It's so silly.
I don't know why. It's wild to me.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think I'm just so used to it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
my whole entire college degree was me on camera and
Yeah.
me on reporting things, right? So I'm just so used to editing myself.
Right.
So it does not bother me.
Reporting live.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Last, I think, question for you related to
Yeah.
horror is, what do you think about horror video games?
Oh, man, I was playing some before, like a while ago, right? Your nephew is always like, "Oh, let's play this game," and I'm like, "All right, here we go." I always hear him and his friends screaming. Ah! Ah!
Honestly, I feel like majority of the games that kids play today are scary games.
Yeah, it's. I just think they're just like. I think they're like horror films, but like way less scary because you're playing a game which you know something's gonna hop out, and I'm just like playing a game with him, and something pops out, and he's like, ah! And I'm like, really? You didn't play this game before? Like you know what's gonna happen, but the kids are always screaming.
Yeah.
I don't think they're scary. I think I know what's gonna happen.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
big ones right now, we have like Five Nights at Freddy.
Yep.
We have Poppy's Playhouse. Right? There's some scary games out there.
There's some, but I guess. I guess something that's scary. That's not scary, but like creepy to me. What is that? So I have this phobia. What is it called? It's the the
Trip, trip,
trip
the holes.
the holes.
Hmm.
That oh my god, it is so creepy to me. It's not scary. There's nothing wrong. It's not scary.
It's
It just
uncomfortable, I think.
it makes me feel weird. It
Yeah.
makes me just feel like what's going on in my life right now that I'm actually looking at this stuff. That's creepy. Like you see some things on YouTube or Instagram or whatever, and people have these little beans and stuff on their skin taped on their,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't
So,
know. I
so,
mean, it's not gonna hurt me. I feel like it's gonna hurt me.
so the horror film that would get you is a horror film of holes.
Oh, I'm not watching that, son.
A
Listen, I'm not. I'm not.
haunted house full of holes. That's what's
Let
gonna
me
scare
watch it like
you.
this.
Mine would be a haunted house full of disgusting cockroaches and rodents. Rodents
Oh
get
my.
me.
Oh really?
Rodents
So
get me. I don't know
so
what
you
it is
don't watch
about rodents.
Fear Factor?
Absolutely not. You will never catch me on Fear Factor.
Fear Factor's so good.
But yeah, something about rodents. It's not even like the concept of a rodent being on me. Like if I'm
Yeah.
seeing like a rodent across the street, I'm like, oh no, I
Yeah,
can't.
yeah.
Like they're just so gross.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I have been late to a shift at work. This was in college
Uh-huh.
because there was a cockroach in my hallway and I
Oh.
could not pull myself to step over.
The cockroach is this big, and the hallway is 78
Johnny,
times
the
bigger.
hole is this big that you're afraid of,
Yeah,
okay?
there is a lot of them together, though. Oh Lord, you're so nasty. Oh sheesh.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's enough horror. I don't know, maybe we might even be taking this into our next episode.
Yeah.
We might not. It really depends because our next topic is dreams, if you
All right.
recall.
Yes.
So whether or not that's sleep dreams, future dreams, nightmares, I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see where it takes us.
We will
That is our next
see.
topic.
We will see.
Well, that's some good horror.
Kept her inside.
It did. It really did.
Lord, that's funny.
All right, Shani. Well, thank you for jumping
Right.
on.
Yes, absolutely, Britt. All right. We
Hope
will
you
talk
do
soon
not.
this
I hope you
week.
do not have any horror in the rest of your day.
Oh my God. If I do, I'm just gonna start. Listen, something wild starts happening now, something freaking slams or something like that. That'll be if I just hear something like I'm burning this house down immediately. Okay. All right, I love you. I'll see you next week.
Love you. Bye.